Welcome back, where we have Katrina Foley here, who is a candidate for the Orange County Supervisor 5th District. Well, welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Lisa. I'm doing great. It's a great day here in Laguna Woods. Really proud to be here, and I want to start by just saying, my condolences to the community of Laguna Woods. What happened this last week is just so tragic, and
yeah,
I know that Supervisor Bartlett was out and helping to manage that crisis.
Exactly, and thank you for that. It was really a tough situation, but the residents of the village are very resilient people.
Yeah.
As I think they demonstrated during the whole
sure.
COVID thing. So, great community. So tell me a little bit about your background. I know you've been in politics in a variety of different areas.
Right. So, well, let's start with my husband's a teacher, and we have two sons who are in college. One is graduating from UCSB on June 12th. I really can't wait. and also, I'm a 25-year attorney here in Orange County, practicing employment law. I've been a 3-time mayor of the city of Costa Mesa. I was on the city council and the Newport Mesa School Board.
Okay.
And this last year, I've been serving as your county supervisor.
Well, right. Now, going from the county supervisor to a supervisor of a district, what are some changes that you're going to see?
So I was elected to a different district, and then we had the redistricting and the new maps. My district was more Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa, Newport, and then all the northern cities.
Oh, okay.
And then now it's all the southern cities.
I see.
So running for re-election in what is now called the 5th district, which was a combination of my old district and Supervisor Bartlett's current district.
Yeah.
So she's termed out, and so I'm running to replace that seat.
It's interesting how they do that, and then everybody has to realign themselves, which is kind of a strange thing. But I guess it's just based on numbers, right?
Right. Well, we did the census every 10 years, and then they redo the maps. And so we try to have a balance of the number of residents in each district. So we have 660,000 residents in each district. This district is really the biggest district of all 5 in terms of the number of voters. There's 420,000 voters here.
Wow, there is a lot of folks. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that are important to you and what you think might be important to our community.
Yeah, so this last year, we have worked really hard to support our seniors and communities like Laguna Woods. We have distributed meal gap gift cards, each office gave out $1 million in food insecurity grants. Also tried to get everybody vaccinated. You know that Laguna Woods, I think, is the winner of all communities in Orange County, and that's good because we don't want anyone getting sick. And we also gave out test kits. I gave out 14,000 test kits so that families could gather, especially during the holidays. And then, of course, we know that the digital divide has made it very difficult with the isolation. So trying to help people by giving out iPads and having them get training to be able to use those iPads. Each district did. And then we are really working on housing and homelessness. That's a big issue for my office, and affordable housing, and making sure. I have a 95-year-old grandmother and a 75-year-old mom who moved into my house a couple years ago because both their husbands died within a short period of time of each other.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we couldn't find them housing here in Orange County. So we built them a granny unit in our backyard.
Wow.
And so, so I have a really unique understanding of the needs of our older residents, and in terms of the feeling of wanting to stay independent, but also still needing those supports. So those are big issues I work on.
Right, and one thing that you'll find is that, obviously housing inside the village and outside the village now are very high. Things are very high in cost, and seniors are on a fixed budget.
That's right.
So they really can't spend any more than they're already doing. So what are some ideas that you might have that might help with that?
Yeah, so the high cost of housing and the high cost of food and gas is really making it tough, especially for seniors. So what we're doing is we're trying to give out grocery store gift cards to some of our seniors living on fixed incomes in affordable housing.
Okay.
We also are working, as a board, we unanimously voted to send a letter to Sacramento to waive the gas tax because that's contributing to the high cost of gas.
Right.
We also are working on home buyer programs. And I am like to say it's not about first-time home buyers, because we can't just focus on first-time home buyers. We have seniors that are transitioning, downgrading, and they don't want to have to pay. They were protected under Prop 13 with their existing home, and if they sell their home, they have to now have these incredible property taxes. So how do we fix that? How do we protect seniors who've been protected by Prop 13 all these years to help them to downsize? Because they can't live in those big homes anymore.
No.
And that opens up housing for the next generation.
Right.
So those are things, initiatives that I'm working on to make sure that we protect seniors in their homes and we help them transition into more appropriate housing for the age.
Well, I think that's a very important thing. And one thing that's really important to our community is communication. So when you're talking about all these kinds of things, how will you let our residents know that these types of things are available to them?
Oh, that's a great question. So I've been very communicative with our community. Transparency and accountability is a key priority for my office. We host monthly meetings with the mayors of all the cities right now that I represent. We also have quarterly meetings with all the special districts. And then I try to do town halls on Zoom and in person. I want to be very accessible. I want to make sure we answer questions, we serve the community. I have this motto, we're here to serve. And so we actually have in my office, all of my staff are assigned to certain cities, and they go out to those cities, they attend all the community events, the ribbon cuttings, the community meetings, so that we have a presence and we know what the issues are that the seniors or that the general community care about, and we can act accordingly at the county level.
One thing I noticed in your notes is that you really want to stand up to Sacramento. How will you do that as a supervisor?
Well, I've been doing that for years. So as a mayor of the city of Costa Mesa, I took on Sacramento on the sober living homes. And while we do need to have people who can treat people who have addiction and alcohol abuse, we don't want to have abusive sober living home operators operating in single family neighborhoods and disrupting the neighborhoods, hurting the patients, then kicking them out onto the curb, and then that becomes part of our homeless population.
Right.
So we couldn't get Sacramento to do anything. I mean, after years and years of efforts. And so we just took it on ourselves. We decided that we were standing up to the sober living home industry that really is controlling Sacramento. And we defended our ordinance, and it has been upheld by the courts as non-discriminatory and protective of patients. Now the county adopted the ordinance, and we're trying to get this model ordinance spread out all of Orange County.
Oh, that's good to hear, because I know Lisa Bartlett really went to bat for a lot of our community residents, and it's difficult because Sacramento does just dig their heels in, and you really do have to be a big voice. So hopefully that'll be what we have as our supervisor.
Oh yeah. So I think there's many initiatives that Lisa supported and worked on over the years that I'll carry on, and we have, I think, both of us share a common view that we really need to take care of our seniors and our veterans. Veterans are really important to me.
Absolutely.
My brother is an Army veteran, and so we have a veterans advisory team.
Great.
So yeah, there's, I really value service. I'll serve anyone. Even if someone doesn't agree with me or didn't vote for me, I'm here to serve them. That's the job.
Perfect. Now let's let people know how they can get in touch with you. I know you, of course, have a website.
Yes.
It's super easy. It's just your name,
That's right.
katrinafoley.com, so you can't miss that. And now you also have an email that we're showing on the screen right now. What would you like people to email you?
Well, email me about issues you care about that we can help with. It's hello@katrinafoley.com.
Okay.
It's very simple to remember, and we want to hear from residents. I'm trying to learn all about Laguna Woods. It's a learning curve for me right now at the beginning, but I'm really trying to learn about what are the issues. I recently attended a meet and greet, and I learned all about the buses. They are very concerned that the shuttle buses are being either reduced in the number of trips or shut down altogether.
Right.
So I already went back to the Orange County Transportation Authority, where I'm a director, and talked about how can we maybe partner with the village to provide some shuttle bus service, because we want seniors to be able to be independent and get out there, go to the harbor, go to the performances at UCI and everything.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for the information and good luck to you.
Thank you so much for having me, and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. And if you want more information about Katrina's campaign, you can always go to katrinafoley.com or send her an email, hello@katrinafoley.com. We'll be right back.